From LALATE headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons LALATE.
It's a big afternoon of Afternoons LA with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In this recording, we go over the breaking news about the variant out of South Africa. South Africa has now bred the latest variant, and minutes ago, Dr. Fauci says it will be in U.S. soils shortly. It's not here yet. New travel restrictions, new breaking details, new elements about the variant we did not know yesterday revealed in this recording, and now a sense of urgency by the president and the White House to get the fourth stimulus recon done quickly. I have the latest breaking news direct from Santa Monica on Afternoons starting right now. That recon is off to the Senate, and that Senate will pass the recon quicker rather than later because of the sense of urgency about Omicron, the latest variant. And the senators will vow to add more checks to that incredible recon that so far has at least $15,000. And one viewer, in a message and a conversation with Chuck Schumer's office before the Thanksgiving weekend, got the latest update about MSC. I have the breaking news on that in this recording. The recon, however, is following the third stimulus that's already law that has paid viewers on average $45,000. And for the first time on this channel, you're going to hear one viewer who has helped over 36 people get nearly $250,000 because of this channel. It's breaking, and you can get this money as well. It's breaking news today on Afternoons. Student loan debt forgiveness, the latest on that, and then fifth stimulus coming across the board, and it for my beneficiaries coming in January. Those details and more as we go into a big afternoon of broadcast news, breaking news from South Africa and the United States from Capitol Hill to Santa Monica. I'm excited you're here. It's a big afternoon. And with that, here we go. The big exciting details direct this afternoon. It's all brand new. It's all today. And it's all here on a big Afternoons LALATE. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful day. And here we go. The recon will be passing potentially faster because of the concerns about South Africa. All the breaking news on South Africa after the commercial break. But first, we're going to go right into this incredible recon that is now in the Senate's hands, and they vow to add more checks in there. And those checks are on top of the House checks that may pay you on average about $15,000. But is that number even higher? Yes, it is. And in this recording, you're going to see how the House checks so far are upwards about $50,000 to $60,000. Wow. We're going to go over the incredible add-ons and the push to add in that MSC from the number one guy on Capitol Hill. It's breaking on Afternoons. We'll be going over the incredible sums of money you can get right today from third stimulus and how one viewer has gotten $1 million approximately for his friends and family. I'm going to show you how he got over $850,000 because he's been watching this channel religiously. Third stimulus, fifth stimulus, and student loan debt forgiveness. Wow, it's heating up in the second half of this video. And then that COLA raise. Those details and more as we go into a big afternoon. I'm excited you're here. A lot of breaking news. And this, my friends, is LALATE. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this incredible family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video and consider becoming a member. Coming up next is a brand new Evenings LALATE. Then we have Countdown at 6 o'clock. Street and Stimulus at 7. And then Sirloin at 8 o'clock. Who's set to come back in his new hit show, Calcino. Highly anticipated. You're going to see a trailer of it later in this video. So subscribe, like this video, and consider becoming a member of the number 3 financial news channel in America today, LALATE. And here we go. Let's go right into that incredible recon right off the bat. That incredible recon has lots of money in there. And when we look at the recon so far, it is clearly over $15,000, but it may actually be even higher than that. We're going to go over each of those checks right now and see why it may actually be $60,000 to $70,000. Cluster number one, pass. Has hazard pay. My essential workers got it in there for one more year. $4,000 of elder care, $4,000 of care for young children. They got the child tax credit, which is upwards of $3,600 for 1 year. They got also the home repairs if you live in a low-income community, totally free. They got the Pell's Grant, which is $550 checks. And then they got $12,500 checks in there for the purchase of an electric vehicle. And this is an actual check. Wow. Stay with me. I'm going to show you how you get these incredible sums of money. But let's go to the first add-on. And that incredible first add-on comes from the illustrious Maxine Waters here in Southern California. And what is it for? It is for purchase of your first home. She wanted to give you $25,000. She got a little bit less. I'm going to show you how you get that money to buy a home. Then cluster number 2, they got home repairs and paid leave. Also, the household tax credit and pre-kindergarten. Now, this home repairs is a little bit different. This one is for weatherizing your home, to make your home able to sustain natural disasters. Like natural disasters are things like when someone invites you to have a San Francisco hairstyle like Nancy Pelosi's. So yeah, you have to sustain that type of disaster. Let's go to the second add-on of checks. And the second add-on of checks is incredible. It comes from the incredible Bob Casey, and it's $250 billion. No, he wanted that, but he got a little bit less. And what is it for? It is for free home health care for my seniors and people on disabilities. It's incredible. He wanted $250. He got a little bit less. I'm going to show you how you get this money later in this video, which brings us to our third cluster. And wow, this is the cluster I call the cluster du jour. Not the cluster of the day, cluster deliciousness. Yeah, the cluster it lasts more than one day. It has seniors money. It has in there free internet. It also has a lot of other items. What are they? Let's go over each of them right now. Free school meals for all, checks. Then they got cheaper prescription medication, immigration reform, farmers checks, free internet. Also, they got in there the workers' protection, independent contractors, and the Medicare expansion. The Medicare expansion truly embodies the situation that we're looking at right now of Congress, because guess what? The Medicare expansion done by the House, 2 provisions. The provisions being coming from the Senate for Medicare expansion, 3 more. Senators say there's a lot to add to that recon, and that's an example. The House members got in there for Medicare expansion, hearing, and the Medicaid gap states. The senators vowed to add 3 more provisions: dental, vision, and lowering the medical eligibility age to a lower age than where it is right now. And that signals much the par for course when we're looking at that MSC, which stands for multiple stimulus IRS check. And the number one guy on Capitol Hill tells a viewer this week that they are definitely going in there from Bernie Sanders. What happened? If you missed the new hit show on this channel, Holidays LA, in the live chat on episode 2 days ago, one of the viewers was in the live chat and said, I picked up the phone. I called Chuck Schumer's office. I spoke to Leader Schumer, Majority Leader of the Senate, spoke to his staff, advocated for the inclusion of a stimulus check or more, and was told by Schumer's office that it is still going in there and that the man putting it in there is Bernie Sanders. That is why you advocate, and that's what she said. You have to advocate. What's important to understand is that the MSC has been promised by 6 senators since the month of May, and they haven't changed on their promises. That's why you need to advocate. Casey Coons, Warren Wyden, Sanders Schumer. The 2 S's, the 2 C's, and the 2 W's. When you look at the MSC, they want to add it on the Senate side, and they say the House bill has major gaps missing in there. This is among the gaps that they want to fill up. And what do they want to do? They want to do at least 1 check. The last time they talked about the checks, they were looking at $2,000 the first month, $1,000 after for at least 6 months. And the same qualifications as a third stimulus check. Who got the third? Single individual, $75,000 or less. $150 or less, married couple, double it. Family of 4, quadruple it. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, they got that third stimulus check as well. That's why you have to advocate. And what do they say to us? Pick up the phone and call. Call us because we want to hear from you. The number 1 senator, his chief of staff, tells LALATE, we need to hear from you. And that hearing involves a telephone call. you need to pick up the phone and advocate. Whether it is a voice-to-voice conversation with a staffer or the next best, a voicemail. And this is what they said. They have now, in total, between congressional senators' offices, more contacts from the LALATE viewers than the American Petition. Everyone's amazed by the touching stories. They have better understanding what Americans are going through. They have heartbreaking stories, and they're the voice of the people across the nation. And you, LA, as you have become too loud to be ignored. Please continue your encouragement for the continued advocacy as a professional voice of the people until this becomes law. Since the months of May, thousands of viewers have been told the same message about the inclusion, but you need to advocate, because when we're doing legislation, it's a negotiation process. People negotiate provisions, and they're negotiating things by the minute, by the hour. And with everything ramping up quicker, you need to pick up the phone and advocate. But you also need to advocate for your wallet. And that involves getting the money available right today to pay your bills today. It's not for stimulus. It's what's called third stimulus. It came before fourth stimulus. And that money is available today. The average viewer of this channel has gotten $45,000. Viewers this week have gotten thousands of dollars. I'm going to feature them. It's coming up after the commercial break. But for the first time on this channel, you're going to meet a new update from Johnny, featured on this channel extensively. Johnny's that viewer who got $80,000 in 5 days and then helped his 2 family members get $50,000. Well, guess what? Johnny now reports he has helped nearly 3 dozen family members and friends since that last update, and they have collectively gotten $850,000 from this channel. All those details, how you can get those sums of money after the commercial break. Student loan debt forgiveness executive order, it could happen this coming week. This stimulus coming in January. How much is it? And what if you've not received that COLA letter? Should you be cause for alarm? All the details, second half of this video. Senate changes. What are those Senate changes coming on top of the recon that so far may have a lot more than $15,000 of checks, may have upwards of $50,000 to $60,000. I have all those details and more, plus the breaking news from South Africa, the breaking news today on Omicron, the latest variant and what it means for you, health, and especially the U.S. economy. Those breaking details coming at the commercial break. I'll be back with you in 60 seconds.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
And the excitement continues right now in the second half of afternoon's LALATE as the House of Representatives pass recon off to the Senate, where the Senate's vowed to add lots of checks in there on top of the existing checks that may already pay you $50,000 to $60,000. What are these checks? Get a pen and paper ready. This is where the educational part of the video starts. We're going to go over the big money available from third stimulus to pay your bills right today. You want this information, get that pen ready. Student loan debt forgiveness coming potentially this coming week, and then that COLA raise coming in January. So those details and more, plus the breaking news out of South Africa. I have all this breaking news and a preview of Sirloin's new show on this channel, so subscribe. This is America's #3 most watched financial news channel in America today, and I'm excited you're here. So hit that subscribe button right now, like the video, and become a member so you get the incredible newsletter and do not miss any alerts when a new breaking news video goes live. And with that, here we go into the second half with the breaking news of what the president's doing right now. The president of the United States is dealing with the problem of the latest variant out of South Africa, named Omicron. And it was revealed on this channel first as a breaking news report 2 days ago. The latest detail is a very fluid situation. What do we know? We know at the moment that we will not know as to vaccines, whether the current vaccines and boosters are effective against this variant for at least 30 days. We know that the booster companies and the vaccine companies are currently testing. We also know that the variant is now in another country today. It is confirmed in Italy. It has already been confirmed in South Africa, in Belgium, in Hong Kong. And there is belief that it could be going broadly. The reason why there's a concern for the latest variant is because it has 10 mutations compared to Delta, which had 2 mutations. So this is perceived to be a potentially more potent variant than even Delta, which was more potent than the original variant itself. And here is what's happening today. Dr. Fauci appeared on broadcast news today in many different interviews, and collectively he confirmed once the variant has not revealed a case yet in the United States, but he thinks that the variant may already be here. So there's a difference between whether it's a reported case or whether it's actually here and hasn't been detected yet. He believes it may already be here. There's no indication that it has been spotted yet in the United States, but he also says he believes it is already amongst us. The latest strain has prompted Moderna and other of the big vaccine companies to immediately ramp up production. For several days, we've been moving as quickly as possible to execute on the strategy to address this variant. Moderna's CEO, Stefan Barsal, says they're going to see if current vaccines work, boosters work, or whether they have to do an Omicron-specific booster to deal with this strain alone. The President of the United States quick to announce shuttering of our borders effective tomorrow for 8 countries, but the list is different than other countries. Canada, European Community, and UK have different countries they have restricted. In the United States, it's South Africa, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Lesotho, Eswatini, Mozambique, and Malawi, which are all basically around South Africa. Then, today, Israel announced all countries are restricted from entry into Israel, not just South African countries. So the situation is very fluid. We will not know anything more. And the president said in Nantucket over the weekend that he's trying to buy time to allow the testing to determine what the situation is with this variant that is so far only detected in about 100 cases worldwide at the moment. So they're trying to figure out as much information as quickly in the meantime. And what does this mean for legislators? If you've been on this channel for a long time, you know that legislators use events like this to ramp up. And the president and the Senate already before this were trying to speed up on the Senate side because of the president's falling poll ratings. Now the passage of that recon in the House heading to now in the Senate is signaling that they want to get this recon done quicker rather than later. And the Senate changes across the board, I'm going to go over in a second. But first, we're going to start with the incredible programs that are in this recon. And we're going to start with that paid leave. The paid leave pays a lot of money. And what is it? It is $1,700 a week if you make $70,000 or more per year, $800 a week if you make $35,000 or more per year, $400 a week if you make $15,000 or more per year, and up to 4 weeks a year. So it's $5,000 to $6,000 on the high end. It's a lot of money. If you live with your son or daughter and they take off a day from work every week to take you to the doctor's office, they will get paid to take you there now under this. So you would get the benefit as basically a household. It's incredible. The next wonderful provision in this incredible recon is the big salt cap lift. You could only deduct $10,000 on your federal tax return of what you pay in state and local taxes under the Trump 2017 tax overhaul, but Nets Recon raises it up to $72,500. They got $40 billion of free job training in here, which is very big for my seniors, because a lot of seniors want to take those part-time jobs because they're paying so much money, and under FIS stimulus, you'll be allowed to do so and still stay on benefits. They get the Medicaid gap fix done. This is a big one for my viewers who send me those messages asking about medical insurance. So those 12 Republican holdout states that were not paying for Obamacare, they got the fix in there. And they'll offer a workaround plan that provide subsidized private insurance to low-income people in those states. Which brings us to the incredible best provision of this incredible recon, $150 billion for housing. That is through 6 provisions, and the first 3 look familiar because they're a repeat from third stimulus. First, rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and then the new add-ons in fourth stimulus, buying a new home, weatherize your home, and home repairs. The great news is you do not have to wait for fourth stimulus to become a law. You can get your bills paid right today with third stimulus. And that third stimulus has paid viewers on average about $45,000. I brought it back on this channel about a week ago, and the last week viewers have gotten money daily from this channel, and you can as well. And in a second, you're going to meet one viewer who has gotten $850,000 from third stimulus for his friends and families. It's incredible. So let's go over some of the great stories we have in today, the last 2 days, and more. Jay Grant got $4,000 for rent and also got utilities. This is I Speak for All of Us. We love you, Purple Power. Love you back, Jay Grant. Scarpy got Snap. Melissa Justice got 3 items, bringing her to $10,000 just this week. I love Melissa's story because she got 3 items. Lorica. She applied the information to her situation. She does not use normal utilities. She lives in a wood-burning home. She uses wood for her power. And she got free wood to December 2022. Chris says that he got $10,000 from this channel earlier this year for rented utilities. And he never knew he can get more money. We appreciate your help. I would have never known about this and the process, so I started following you. And I love it. The great news is he got another $5,000 just a few days ago. The numbers continue to come on in big and bold. And what are they? Well, I have seen the numbers and they are incredible. We have some messages from viewers like Mary Lou, who says she got 3 items this week, which includes 3 months of rent at $900 a month plus 2 utilities. Morel got 1 round of rent before, got a new round this week, and thinks there's another round coming. And the incredible news continues to come on in, and you're going to see the incredible details of one viewer and his $850,000 story in just a second. But first, let's go to you. Get that pen and paper ready. We're going to get some rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, food, and internet starting right now. You qualify. Doesn't matter if you're in a red state or blue state, single or married, children or not children, old or young, behind on bills, not behind on bills. You qualify for this money. We're going to start first with the rent. Get that pen and paper ready because let's look at this rent numbers. These were the rent numbers on this channel about 3 months ago, folks, but now they're upwards of $40,000. Yes, they've grown an enormous amount. So where do you get this massive sums of rent? 6 places. All detail in the newsletter if you're a member. Membership link is under the video. City Hall, City House Authority. County Hall, County House Authority. State Hall, and State House Authority. And keys words you could say are rent assistance because of COVID. Mortgage utility assistance because of COVID. 3 things you must do. 1, you must reach out to all 6 places. 2, you must get applications on file everywhere that you can. And 3rd, you must get multiple rounds. So if you got a round of rent earlier this year, get another round. If you got a round of rent yesterday from one organization, get another round today. Then utilities. Wow. You saw Lorica's story. She applied it to her situation and getting wood. But utilities have gone up a lot. Mark's brother-in-law is getting $15,000 from this channel. A lot of utilities. And then we turn to SNAP. If you got a 3rd stimulus check, better paying for your own food, what are you doing? You should be on SNAP. SNAP is money for food. Eligibility is like a 3rd stimulus, even easier. So get that money. How do you get it? Department of Agriculture. Reach out to them. And Mark's brother-in-law is getting $25,000 a year. That is $250,000 over the next 10 years from watching this channel. Get those combo items. Here's Mark, who got 2 items. Nisi had 3 items. Nisi and Art Sullivan started the trend. Their viewers of this channel, they each got 3 items. And I told viewers starting getting 3. Mark had 2, 32,000. I told him to get a third. He did, 50,000. He's since then gotten more. He's at over 100,000. Lorraine, she was at 105. She's now at 120. And that's how you do it. Which brings us to the breaking news you're going to see today of Johnny. You remember Johnny. I feature him every single day on this channel. Johnny was a viewer who truly embodies how to get this big money from third stimulus. He started this week as 3 other viewers did with $0, but by Wednesday, they had 3 programs approved. $45,000 in 3 days. Pretty good. 3 programs. But he heard my recordings to keep on pushing and keep on getting other sums. By the weekend, he did. By that weekend, Johnny had 7 programs funding him. Wow. 7 programs in 5 days. I like it because it means Johnny picked up the phone and called probably 15 places. You're not going to get 7 yeses out of 7 phone calls. You're going to have some no's. And how much did money Johnny get in 1 week? $80,000. Second part of Johnny's story is incredible. He reached out to his family members the following Monday and said, hey, I got $80,000 last week. They said, from what? Third stimulus. They said, Johnny, there's no money in third stimulus except a $1,400 stimulus check. I don't see anything ever covered in broadcast media. He said, listen to LALATE. I'll show you what I've learned from LALATE and show you how to get the money. And by the end of the week, those 2 family members went from disbelievers to believers, each getting $25,000, $50,000 each. What was important about that second half of that story was that those viewers, those family members were not viewers, and they were relying upon the absence of information in broadcast media to presume it doesn't exist. That's not how it works. LA is now the number 3 financial news channel in America. The number 1 covers stocks. The number 2 covers the economy. I cover geopolitical news, which is this. If I don't cover options stock trading, does it mean it doesn't exist? No, it means I just don't cover it. If broadcast media doesn't cover what Chuck Schumer said about stimulus check, does it mean it doesn't exist? No, it means they just don't cover it. Do they cover Liz Ward? Do they cover Maxine Waters? No, they don't cover it. And that is what doing and taking the information and learning from it begats. But boy, you have never heard anything until now. The third brand new update from Johnny, and it starts right now. Johnny reveals that he started with a few family members helping. He initially said the first 3 family members thought he was absolutely full of everything until he showed them, and they each got $57,000. Then he started to tell more friends, and he started to save 5 friends' homes because of this recording. And then this is the latest update. After I helped with my mom, and she's on SSI and needed help, I did the call for her. Hold on, my friends started stopping by and asked what I was doing. And I told them about you, LALATE, and it snowballed from there. I have helped with your channel 32 people. And the last count is the total I have helped get them is $850,000. Can you imagine the power of information and the power of this channel? Johnny took the information of this channel, showed it to other viewers, other friends and family who had never heard of this channel, watched the channel, told them to listen, went back to Johnny and asked questions and got them $850,000 across 32 friends and family. And this is in just a few months. It's incredible. So I want you to do that as well. Pick up that phone and get that big money for yourself for third stimulus. Let's go back into fourth stimulus. Fourth stimulus, where we left off, has those other provisions in housing in there. And the first one is the home repairs. If you live in a low-income community, it's in there. Free grants. Then weatherize your home. This will be the windows, the glass, the roof, all income levels, and then first-time home purchases. This will actually be a check from the government to the seller during escrow. It's incredible. What are some of the other incredible checks in this recon? Well, they got $150 billion in there for home health care for seniors and people on disabilities. They got $550 checks for those college students on the Pell Grant. And then the big surprise that lots of viewers are talking about, it's wonderful, is $12,500 checks to buy an electric car. Now, let me explain how different this is than anything we've ever seen before. Previously, let's say last year, you went into a car dealership, looked at an electric car. It says on the sticker, $30,000 minus a $7,500 tax refund, meaning you have to pay $30,000, file a tax return, request the $7,500 back from IRS, wait, and then IRS sends you $7,500. It's a whole effort. This is different. This means you walk into the dealership, see the electric car, and it says $30,000 minus $12,500 whammo. At time of purchase, you pay $12,500 less. It's an instant check at time of purchase from the federal government to the dealership. Wow. Now, I think there's a lot of changes coming to this provision. Why? Because it doesn't make sense. And I think it violates U.S. trade policies with Mexico and Canada, which says you cannot encourage the purchase of one product over another product. Here's case in point. The way it's written encourages you to buy the Cadillac Lyric over the Ford Mustang Mach-E. What's the difference? Almost nothing except one item. They're both electric cars. They're both U.S. companies. They are both U.S. labor, unionized labor. Union shop, unionized labor, whether it's Ford unionized labor or GM unionized labor. So what's the difference? The difference is the Mustang Mach-E electric is made in Mexico by our workers, and the Cadillac Lyric is made in Tennessee by our workers. I think they have to modify this language and also disqualify so many cars that you're left with really only 3 cars qualifying for it at the moment. They got the child nutrition in there at $65 a child per month, and then we get the incredible best provisions recon. The cheaper medication. Day one, 20 medications will be slashed dramatically. This is the most expensive medications like cancer, diabetes, and arthritis. See medications drop from $1,000 to $35 a dose. It's a huge dramatic change. Medicare Part B and Medicare Part D. Then, by year 2028, it will grow to 30 medications. And wow, they cannot increase the medications more than the rate of inflation, Big Pharma. And if they do, there's a penalty provision. Penalty provision? Can't do that. Can't do that, says Pat Toomey, the Republican senator. I think he's right. And that is among the provisions that the Senate parliamentarian will be looking at next week, along with immigration reform, which I think is going out. She previously ruled it cannot be in there. Also, paid leave will be looked at. Now, those senators vowed to add lots of checks to this incredible recon. You see, so far, when we look at the $45,000 from third stimulus repeated in fourth stimulus, that means we're not at $15,000, we're at $50,000. Then we have the cars, that's $60,000. And then we have those Senate changes on top of that. Yeah, we're looking at a lot of checks. And what are those changes? Well, the legislators in the Senate vow they have a lot of changes coming. And guess what? It's the same senators who want to do an MSC. Casey Coons, Warren Wyden, and Sanders Schumer. The 2 S's, the 2 C's, and the 2 W's. That's why it's important for you to advocate. Let's go back to some more of those checks in the fourth stimulus recon. Here we go. Pre-kindergarten 1 year. Child care back-end check. In child tax credit, $3,600 approximately front-end check 1 year. Earned income tax credit for hazard pay workers 1 year back-end check. Home health care covered benefit. Medicare hearing aid, that's a check. And then we went over the housing, the Pell Grant, and the nutrition. So what would Bernie add to this recon on top of that potential MSC? He wants to lower the eligibility age of Medicare. He wants to do dental and he wants to do vision. Let's go over each of them. First, he wants to drop the eligibility age of Medicare. It's currently fixed at 65. He wants it at 55. I don't know if he can get that done. Bob Casey wants to do it at 60. Then Bernie wants to do dental. He initially wanted 10 years of full benefits. Good, but I don't think they can do it. It's too expensive. Then he wanted to do 3 years of full benefits. I think he can do that. That's great. And finally, the last offer they had on the table for that was $850 checks for dental. I don't think it cuts it. It doesn't pay for most procedures. And finally, vision. Bernie wants a pair of frames and a new eye exam per year. Pretty simple. $150 check sent it out in the mail. Pretty simple until you see Frame Wars. Frame Wars is coming back to this channel next week, but let's turn to executive orders. We have a $10,000 offer on the table by executive order, and it's student loan debt forgiveness. The president previously forgave student loan debts for individuals who became disabled, who went to work in the nonprofit sector and the public sector 10 years after graduation. The Democrats now have a $10,000 offer on top of that. They should take it. This stimulus, have you not gotten that letter from Social Security? Do not worry. The letter means nothing except to say, hey, by the way, this is happening. So if you're watching this video, you don't need the letter because I'm already telling you, by the way, your benefits are going up 5.9% next year. This is everyone. SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits. You don't have to do anything about this. And sporadically, once every 5 days, there's someone who jumps to the live chat and says, yeah, but your benefits are going to go up and so is your insurance. Untrue, untrue, untrue. We fight to increase people's benefits on this channel, and there's always someone who wants to say there's something bad about it. If you think it's bad, you're wrong. And if you want to just donate the money, you can donate to the other viewers. This stimulus is really needed, though. Why? Because COLA is not going up enough, 5.9%. Your benefits have been undervalued pre-pandemic, during the pandemic, and after the pandemic. And what they want to do is raise your benefits up one time. Then apply a new benchmark. Every December starting next year, it's inflation, which is going to be 2 to 3%. So you're going to get 3 lifts in 1 year. They're going to remove the asset cap, remove the income cap, and remove the marriage penalty, and love is going to win, and you'll be able to marry your longtime love interest. Finally, if you haven't become a member, what are you doing? The membership link is under the video and at the top of the chat. Become a member today. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. Get the emoji behind your name. But more importantly, get that newsletter that features the big money to pay your bills today under third stimulus. And that's what's important. It features the 6 places you reach out to. The keywords you say, the 5 nonprofits that have additional sums of money, the statement from Treasury about the money for rent you should read before you get the phone calls going. Every single day, there's sporadically a person over a year that has said, I did this thing and I can't find money. And I read and I say, that's not what I say on this channel. It's a version of what I say. That's why the newsletter is helpful, because it repeats verbatim, puts in front of you. This is exactly how you do it. You do it exactly the way I said it. And that's how you can become someone like Johnny or Johnny's friends. $850,000 for 32 friends. They followed it exactly. And you can as well. And with that, boy, there's been a lot of excitement across the board. And the excitement started just a few days ago. Holidays LA is now on this channel. And boy, are people loving it. Today, I went to the Christmas park. And Christmas tree park. Yeah, Christmas park. I don't know what that sounds like. Christmas tree park, and shot footage for the upcoming episodes coming up this week. In episodes this weekend, I looked back at the Christmas tree park from 2020 in last year's season 1, and how to prepare now for this holiday season in buying a tree. If you missed the exciting episode, boy, it was the most watched show. And to date, Holidays LALATE has been the most watched show on this channel this week. So let's keep it rocking and rolling. Here again is Holidays LALATE. joining me on this big afternoon show. Join me next on Evenings LATE at 5 o'clock. It's brand new tonight. Then we got Street and Stimulus, Countdown, and then Street and Stimulus. See you in the meta universe tonight as well, and join me on Overnight's Crypto. And with that, subscribe. But 400,000 subscribers, YouTube record. I want you part of this incredible family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes. And also consider becoming a member. Stay informed, stay focused. Have a beautiful day. See you in the meta universe, and stay with LALATE for more as we go into a big Evenings LALATE coming up next.